In the latest Baldur's Gate 3 news, Swen Vincke shared an image of the empty Larian studios as the team has switched to remote working. Swen would also reveal a few additional details on the game. There are currently no plans for DLC. There was some speculation of possible DLC, but it appears that conjecture has been firmly quashed. Swen would reiterate that the pre-alpha footage of the game was deliberately presented in such a way to prevent any spoilers of the main storyline. However, this also meant that material present in BG3, which would link to the previous BG games or conjure up feelings of nostalgia, was omitted. The story of BG3 will touch upon the events of BG1 and 2 in meaningful ways, and several of the characters will be returning. Swen has previously mentioned that Minsc and Baldur are still alive in 5th edition. He reiterated that Larian Studios want to make a great Dungeons & Dragons game with lots of player agency, great depth, lots of iconic creatures, NPCs and locations, and which you can play in both single and multiplayer. It will be a dark, mature game where one must deal with a myriad of choice and consequence. The player will have the agency to do many terrible things should they wish to. Swen suggested Larian might also upload a video in due course of what was meant to be shown at the gameplay reveal, as there were complications during the presentation. The final game will have much higher stakes and more tangible consequences than its predecessors. Swen would draw reference to an article from issue 188 of Retro Gamer, titled The History of Baldur's Gate. He was surprised by the similarity between what the original BioWare team wanted to do with BG1 and 2, and how it matches the vision that Larian Studios has for BG3, although which parts remains elusive. Perhaps the crux of the article was that the key to the success of the original BG games was the ability to appease those who wanted a good narrative and those who wanted exploration and combat at the same time, and persuade both to appreciate the sides they do not normally do. Time will be an important factor in BG3. In certain situations, if something is not dealt with immediately, there will be irreversible consequences. Party conflicts might play a significant part in shaping your gameplay experience, as the theme of trust will be important. Items, weapons, and equipment found in the world will be set pieces, so there will be no generated loot. On the topic of how many origin stories will be available, currently there is no commitment to a definitive number. Swen confirmed that the Siege of Dragonspear will be recognized as part of the BG narrative, so this probably includes the party NPCs that the enhanced editions also brought to the series. This might have interesting implications, as Siege of Dragonspear was released as an expansion by Beamdog to bridge the events of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, focusing on a crusade led by Karlach Argent, also known as the Shining Lady. It received a mixed reception, to put it mildly. This could just be a professional nod from Swen, as there wasn't much content in Dragonspear that could meaningfully impact upon BG3. Aside from Karlach, she is an Aasimar, who is currently trapped in Hell. Aasimar are humanoids with celestial qualities, and given they are descended from angels, planetars, or creatures of good alignment. In terms of early access, all of Act 1 should be available, although it might be split into pieces.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.